For millions of travelers, the Dominican Republic begins with Punta Cana, endless rows of palms, turquoise water, white beaches and enormous resorts designed around the Caribbean sun. But beyond those carefully landscaped properties lies a country far more varied, mountainous and unexpectedly wild than its famous resort coastline suggests. Leave the eastern beaches behind and the scenery begins changing almost immediately. Highways cross sugarcane country, distant mountains appear on the horizon, and smaller communities reveal a Dominican Republic shaped as much by agriculture, geography and everyday life as by international tourism. The transformation becomes especially dramatic on the Samaná Peninsula, where densely forested mountains extend toward the Atlantic. From above, brilliant green ridges descend almost directly toward the sea, creating a coastline of beaches, headlands and hidden coves. Samaná feels different from the flatter resort landscapes of the east. Roads climb across tropical hillsides, coconut palms cover entire valleys, and glimpses of the Atlantic appear unexpectedly between mountains thick with vegetation. Along the peninsula's northern coast lies Las Terrenas, where long beaches meet a lively coastal community. Fishing boats, palms and low-rise development give parts of the shoreline a more open character than the enormous resort complexes associated with Punta Cana. Continue away from the busiest stretches and the coast becomes progressively quieter. Small settlements appear between coconut groves, motorcycles move along narrow roads, and undeveloped sections of beach still stretch beneath hills covered in tropical forest. Near the eastern end of the peninsula, Playa Rincón curves around a spectacular bay backed by dense vegetation. Pale sand meets clear water while green mountains rise behind the shoreline, creating the kind of Caribbean landscape that seems almost designed for an aerial camera. From higher above, its isolation becomes even more striking. There are no endless towers along the horizon, only a sweeping beach framed by palms, hills and the changing colors of shallow Caribbean water. Yet Samaná's beauty extends far beyond its beaches. The peninsula receives abundant rainfall, feeding forests, rivers and waterfalls that give the interior a lushness rarely associated with the Dominican Republic's familiar resort imagery. Hidden among these hills is El Limón waterfall, where water drops dramatically through a forested gorge into a natural pool below. The surrounding landscape of palms and steep green slopes makes the journey toward the waterfall as visually striking as the cascade itself. Travel south across Samaná Bay and another extraordinary environment appears. Los Haitises National Park protects a labyrinth of mangrove forests, coastal waterways and rounded limestone formations rising abruptly from the water. From the air, Los Haitises looks almost prehistoric. Hundreds of forest-covered limestone hills extend across the landscape, while narrow channels weave between mangroves and isolated islands surrounded by calm green-blue water. These formations were created through the slow erosion of limestone over immense periods of time. Rainwater gradually shaped caves, sinkholes and steep-sided hills, producing a tropical karst landscape unlike almost anywhere else in the Caribbean. Within some of the caves are traces of the Taino people who inhabited Hispaniola before European colonization. Rock art and archaeological remains connect this dramatic natural environment to a much older human history. Mangroves add another layer to the ecosystem. Their tangled roots provide protected habitat along the coastline, while birds move between forest, water and the small islands scattered throughout the park. Leaving Samaná behind, the journey turns inland, and the image of the Dominican Republic changes once again. The tropical coastline gives way to rising terrain as roads begin climbing toward the enormous mountain systems occupying the center of the country. The Cordillera Central forms the mountainous backbone of Hispaniola, containing peaks higher than anywhere else in the Caribbean. Here, temperatures become cooler, pine forests appear at elevation, and deep valleys cut between ridges that can disappear beneath cloud. Nestled among these mountains is Jarabacoa, surrounded by rivers, forests and steep green slopes. Its landscape feels remarkably distant from the beaches that dominate international images of the Dominican Republic. Water descending from the mountains creates numerous rivers and waterfalls around the region. Cascades appear between forested cliffs, while fast-moving streams cut through valleys used for farming, recreation and communities that have developed alongside them. The surrounding highlands offer some of the country's strongest drone landscapes. Mountain ridges overlap toward the horizon, agricultural fields cover lower slopes, and clouds cast enormous moving shadows across valleys far below. Continue higher into the interior and the landscape opens around Constanza. Surrounded by mountains, this elevated valley contains one of the Dominican Republic's most important agricultural regions and one of its most surprising environments. The climate here can be dramatically cooler than along the Caribbean coast. Fertile fields spread across the valley floor, producing vegetables, fruit and flowers in scenery that can feel almost removed from the tropical islands surrounding it. From above, farmland creates a patchwork of different shapes and textures beneath the mountains. Roads cross cultivated fields while small settlements occupy the valley floor and steep ridges form a natural wall around the entire landscape. Higher still, pine-covered mountains replace many of the palms associated with the Caribbean. The contrast is extraordinary. The same country known internationally for tropical beaches also contains rugged highlands where mornings can be cool and mist settles across mountain forests. These mountains are home to Pico Duarte, rising more than 3,000 meters above sea level. As the highest peak in the Caribbean, it represents perhaps the clearest example of how incomplete the familiar beach resort image of the Dominican Republic really is. Life across the interior follows the geography. Farms occupy fertile valleys, communities gather along mountain roads, and rivers descending from high elevations provide water to landscapes extending far beyond the Cordillera Central. Traveling through these regions also reveals how much of the Dominican experience exists between destinations. Roadside markets, agricultural towns, horses moving through rural communities and families gathering outside homes create a constantly changing picture of everyday life. And the farther the journey moves from Punta Cana, the harder it becomes to describe the Dominican Republic simply as a beach destination. Within a relatively small area, tropical coastline has already given way to mangrove wilderness, waterfalls, agricultural valleys and the highest mountains in the Caribbean. But even this is only part of the story. Beyond the Green Mountains, the country stretches toward landscapes that become progressively drier, quieter and more remote. Places where enormous cliffs rise above empty coastlines and some of the Caribbean's least familiar scenery is still waiting. Beyond the Central Mountains, the Dominican Republic begins changing once again. The journey turns toward the north coast, where the Atlantic meets long beaches, forested hills and communities that feel increasingly removed from the carefully designed resort landscapes of the east. Around Puerto Plata, mountains rise surprisingly close to the sea. The Great Mass of Isabel de Torres stands behind the city, while the coastline stretches in both directions beneath tropical hills and the deep blue waters of the Atlantic. Travel inland from this coast and rivers descending from the mountains create another kind of adventure. At Damajagua, a series of waterfalls and natural pools cuts through limestone terrain surrounded by dense tropical vegetation. Water has carved narrow passages through the rock, creating cascades hidden beneath the forest canopy. It is another reminder that some of the country's most memorable landscapes are found well beyond the beaches for which it became internationally famous. Continue east along the Atlantic and development begins thinning again. Around Rio San Juan and Cabrera, green hills approach the coastline while small bays, rocky headlands and beaches appear between stretches of tropical countryside. Playa Grande is among the most striking of these northern beaches. Golden sand curves beneath palms and vegetation, while powerful Atlantic waves create a completely different atmosphere from the calmer Caribbean waters along parts of the southern coast. Just inland, freshwater adds another surprise. Laguna Dudu occupies a remarkable natural setting where intensely blue water sits beneath limestone cliffs and thick vegetation, revealing the complex underground geology hidden beneath this tropical landscape. But the Dominican Republic becomes even more unexpected toward the northwest. Around Monte Cristi, the lush vegetation begins giving way to a noticeably drier environment of scrubland, salt flats and wide open terrain beneath an intense Caribbean sun. Dominating this coastline is El Morro, a massive flat-topped limestone formation rising abruptly beside the sea. From above, its rugged profile stands against brilliant blue water and dry coastal plains unlike almost anything seen around Samaná or Punta Cana. Mangroves, lagoons and small offshore islands spread across the surrounding region. Roads cross landscapes that can feel remarkably empty, especially compared with the busy tourism corridors found elsewhere in the country. This dramatic contrast exists because Hispaniola contains an extraordinary range of elevations, rainfall patterns and ecosystems. Within a few hours of travel, dense tropical forest can give way to pine-covered mountains, fertile valleys or landscapes that appear almost semi-desert. Yet perhaps the greatest surprise waits in the southwest. Beyond Santo Domingo, the roads eventually approach Barahona, where enormous mountains descend toward a Caribbean coastline of vivid blue water and long, largely undeveloped stretches of shore. Here, the Sierra de Bahoruco rises dramatically behind the coast. From the air, green mountain slopes seem to fall almost directly into the Caribbean, creating one of the Dominican Republic's most powerful landscape combinations. The coastal road west of Barahona reveals these contrasts kilometer after kilometer. Cliffs, pebble beaches, forests and small communities appear between mountains on one side and seemingly endless Caribbean water on the other. Around Paraiso and Los Patos, rivers descending from the mountains reach the coast within sight of the sea. Freshwater pools sit only moments from Caribbean beaches, creating another unusual meeting point between the island's highlands and shoreline. Continue toward Pedernales and the landscape grows increasingly remote. Settlements become smaller, roads cross wider areas of undeveloped countryside, and the Haitian frontier draws closer through some of the least visited territory in the Dominican Republic. Then comes Bahía de los Águilas, a sweeping arc of pale sand and remarkably clear water protected within Jarabacoa National Park. With little development immediately behind the beach, the coastline offers a glimpse of the Caribbean on a scale increasingly difficult to find elsewhere. Seen from above, the bay appears almost untouched. Turquoise shallows fade into deeper blue while dry vegetation stretches inland, creating a striking contrast with the lush tropical imagery normally associated with the Dominican Republic. Jarabacoa National Park protects much more than a beautiful shoreline. Its vast landscape includes dry forest, coastal habitats and marine environments supporting wildlife adapted to one of Hispaniola's most distinctive ecosystems. Nearby, Laguna de Oviedo extends across an extraordinary coastal environment of shallow water, mangroves and small islands. Flamingos can sometimes be seen here, along with other birdlife that depends on these protected wetlands. The southwest also contains one of the Caribbean's strangest geographical features. Lake Enriquillo lies within a deep valley between mountain ranges, its surface sitting below sea level amid a hot, dry landscape dramatically different from the country's tropical coasts. The lake is also the largest in the Caribbean region, surrounded by terrain where cactus and dry vegetation can replace the coconut palms seen elsewhere. American crocodiles and iguanas inhabit this unusual environment, adding to the sense that this is another Dominican Republic entirely. Above the basin, the Sierra de Bahoruco rises toward cooler elevations. Forest ecosystems change as the mountains climb, demonstrating once again how altitude can transform the landscape within remarkably short distances. This geographical diversity has shaped communities throughout the Southwest. Agriculture concentrates wherever water and suitable land allow it, while small towns connect mountain valleys, coastal settlements and border regions rarely encountered by international visitors. Travel here demands more time than remaining inside a resort, but that slower movement becomes part of the experience. The distances reveal how landscapes connect, how communities change, and how quickly familiar assumptions about the country begin disappearing. Punta Cana represents one genuine part of the Dominican Republic, and its beaches have helped introduce millions of people to the island. But the mistake would be believing that this carefully developed eastern coastline represents the entire country. Beyond it are the limestone islands of Los Haitises, the tropical mountains of Samaná, the rivers of Jarabacoa, the agricultural valleys of Constanza and high peaks rising above the Caribbean. Farther still are Monte Cristi's dry coastal plains, the mountains above Barahona, the strange basin of Lake Enriquillo and the almost undeveloped shoreline surrounding Bahía de las Águilas. Together, these landscapes reveal an island of extraordinary contrasts, tropical and dry, mountainous and coastal, cultivated and wild, sometimes changing completely within a single day's journey. And perhaps that is the Dominican Republic's greatest hidden gem. Not one secret beach or forgotten village, but the discovery that beyond the resort gates lies an entire country most travelers have barely begun to see.